Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your love reading for November 2017. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. Okay, so I've already shuffled the deck. Let's go ahead and begin. I am offering a special deal to the last signs that I'm posting. This is for a buy one get one free special. You can read more about it in the description box. Okay, so this is the love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for November 2017. You have the Empress love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for November 2017. The Ten of Wands love reading for Sagittarius, November 2017. The Ace of Pentacles love reading for Sagittarius, November 2017. Magician, Three of Wands, Ten of Cups, love reading for the sign of Sagittarius, November 2017. Seven of Swords, Queen of Swords, Temperance. Okay, so the card at the bottom of the deck is going to represent the main energy around your love life for November, and you have the Chariot. So this is talking about, movement in your love life, whether you're single or you're already in a relationship. This is some type of positive movement. This is also a victory card. So we will come back to this card to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. But first, let's start off with the top row. You have the Empress, the Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So what I see here, I'm drawn to this card right in the middle, and this is the energy of a relationship that is kind of like, on its last legs. This is someone that is extremely exhausted and fed up in a relationship, or maybe you're tired and exhausted of trying to get someone's attention. This is kind of being like you're about to give up on someone when this card comes up. Whether you're just tired of trying to keep your marriage together, you're tired of trying to make a long distance relationship work, you're tired of doing all the work. This is just, you're just drained of energy. Now the good news is that it's surrounded by two really positive cards. One of them is the Empress. So I feel like, a relationship where you are pretty much probably watching this thinking that you're going to give up on this person because you just can't take, one more fight. You can't take one more problem. There is some type of relief here. In fact, the Empress is telling me that things are going to change dramatically. It is a major arcana, so this is a major change in a relationship that is, it seemed like it's nearing the end. The Empress is a really indulgent energy where you have everything that you ever wanted. So I feel like you're getting exactly what you want from someone that you were about to give up on. Now, you also have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new beginning. So I feel like there is some type of unexpected change in a relationship that is kind of like really low energy, where someone was just already pretty much like gone energetically. Maybe they were still in the relationship, but they had given up. The Ace of Pentacles, this is a new beginning in that relationship, and it is a very sudden change. Hard to say what it is in a general reading, but it's just like some type of blessing. This can also be somebody changing their mind, and maybe somebody was kind of moving towards leaving the relationship or marriage, and then suddenly they just kind of change their mind. That's what it feels like with this card. It's just a very unexpected new beginning, where relationships seem to be going downhill, or someone or both partners were about to give up and maybe move on or file for divorce. There is a lot of happiness and a new beginning in that relationship. Now down here, what I see here, you've got the Magician, the Three of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. So here, what I'm really drawn to is the Ten of Cups, because this is a marriage card, but this is also a card of your happily ever after. And I feel like, this could be a separate message for different people, but it feels like there's something that you really want. For some of you, it could be that you want your relationship to move to the next level, which could be marriage, or you just want that happily ever after with the person that you're in love with. The Magician is here to tell you that there is something that you have to do, that it's not just going to happen magically, or that they're not just going to notice you. It means that you have to be more proactive. Remember that the main energy was the Chariot, and this is a victory card, but it's a victory because of something that you did, because you really hung in there. You were persistent and you were determined. So I feel like the Magician is telling you that this is going to be up to you whether you're getting this happily ever after. There is something that you have to do. It's like it's not just offered to you. There could be some waiting as far as, you know, things falling into place. Maybe you're already doing everything that you can to get that happily ever after, to get that marriage proposal. But, you know, seeing the Three of Wands there tells me that, you know, that there's going to be a perfect timing and perfect opportunity to have that new beginning, to have this energy from the Ten of Cups, this happily ever after, or the marriage proposal. Or to, you know, to finally kind of feel more peace and happiness in your relationship if you're already coupled. The Three of Wands is just telling you, hold tight, because that moment is coming. Just stay focused. But of course, the Magician is saying that some of this has to do with you, that you're helping or hurting the situation. So know that, you know, you're in some way, you have to kind of make this happily ever after manifest in the month of November. If there's someone you're attracted to, don't kind of sit around and wait for them to notice you. There is something that you can do. If a relationship is kind of headed towards divorce or a breakup, what you do is very important. Their timing is being emphasized here with the Three of Wands, but they're telling you there's going to be a perfect time, a perfect opportunity, either for someone to notice you, to get someone back, or to get a relationship back on track. Now, down here at the bottom, you have the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and Temperance. So you have, you know, this energy of the Seven of Swords, which is kind of a red flag energy of just kind of be careful. This can be deceit, but I'm kind of getting it could be self-deceit. And you also have this message from Temperance, which is telling you to calm down. To be patient with someone, and this can be with someone who is an air sign, because you have the Queen of Swords, which is either a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. So there's an energy here of like, be patient. So this can be someone that you want to be in a relationship with. This can even be a romantic partner where they're kind of saying like, let things play themselves out. Yes, there is something that you have to do, because I mean, you have the Magician. You also have the Chariot, which means that you have to stay focused and determined, but don't push things too much. Not with Temperance in the same reading. Temperance is kind of saying don't do anything extreme. I mean, I feel like you do have to do something. There are actions that you have to take, but don't work against yourself. With this energy here, you could end up being your own worst enemy. So this could be giving someone ultimatums, you know, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to moving in, engagement, whatever it is. Temperance is telling you to be patient, but it might also be that you have to be forgiving with an air sign or someone who's in that energy. This usually doesn't come up for me, but I mean, seeing this card here, it could be that you have to be forgiving with someone maybe who has lied to you. With the Seven of Swords, this can be, like I said, deceit. It can be self-deceit, but it can also be someone is lying to you. And Temperance can mean that you have to forgive an air sign that maybe has done you wrong. If you do that, the relationship is moving forward with the Chariot as the main energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what other messages come up from the same deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Sagittarius, November 2017? You have the Five of Cups. Love reading for Sagittarius, November 2017. You have Ten of Pentacles. So now you've got the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles side by side. Final card, the Page of Pentacles. So I'm going to put here so you can see it. So let's focus on these three cards right here. So there is some type of, you know, unhappiness, you know, and I'm not surprised to see this card because, I mean, you did start off over here with the Ten of Wands, kind of telling me that there was a relationship that was not doing very well. Maybe someone was getting ready to bail. Maybe somebody was about to give up and just kind of exhausted of trying to keep things together. And the Five of Cups is telling me that someone is feeling disappointment in their love life. Disappointment that something is not going according to plan. And, you know, seeing the Ten of Pentacles, it could be that, you know, you're disappointed that you thought someone was your life partner, that you thought, you know, this was going to be a long-term committed relationship. Because the Ten of Pentacles is, you know, this is stability. If this is not marriage, this is a stable relationship. So I feel like there is some type of disappointment there with the Five of Cups, some sadness, either that things are not happening the way that you thought, or that something just flat out did not work out. Maybe the partner is moving away from you. Maybe you just feel there's too many differences. Whatever it is, you have the Page of Pentacles telling you that there is something to learn here. They want you to carefully look at a relationship where you are highly disappointed. Either you're highly disappointed because the person is not who you thought they were, or you're highly disappointed that, you know, you're not feeling what you should be feeling. The Page of Pentacles is just telling you to study this person or this relationship, maybe even your feelings for this person. So you might kind of be feeling, again with the Ten of Wands here, you might kind of be feeling or not feeling your partner. Hard to say in a general reading, so I'm just throwing out everything that I'm getting from these cards. You might not be feeling that connection with your partner because maybe you've been through too much. I mean, it won't apply to everyone, but I mean, I do see that in the cards. If that's you, if you really don't feel that spark anymore with your partner, and you feel disappointed, and maybe even sad that, you know, you've tried, the Page of Pentacles is telling you this is a lesson. Really, like, look at your feelings for your partner, look at your relationship as a whole. There's something to learn here. Again, possibly where someone thought this was headed towards marriage, or, you know, a long-term relationship. Let's go ahead and move on to the other deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Sagittarius for November 2017? You have the Three of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, from this deck, you have the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords, this is telling you that it's time to move on from painful energy. It's time to move on from this. You can see the card, the Five of Cups. It's time to move on from disappointment. It's time to move on from a betrayal. So for some of you, there could have been a really painful breakup, or again, some type of disappointment where you've been down. You're down when this card comes up, but this is a card that is saying yes, you were hurt, but now it's time to really just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move on. It's time to move on with your love life, or it's time to move on in a relationship. So the three cards that I pulled for you, you've got the Three of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups. So, you know, what really stands out here is the Seven of Cups. You know, this is the energy of confusion. So I feel like something is going on with Sagittarius in November where you could be really emotional. I mean, because you've got two Cups cards here. You could be very emotional about a relationship, and I definitely see why in the spread here. You could be really emotional, but you could also be really confused as far as what you're supposed to be doing. And again, the other cards that I see here support that. You could be very confused. I feel because you have such positive cards here, I feel like for those of you where you're going back and forth in a relationship, where this definitely applies, and you've kind of, you know, you've reached the end of your rope, and, you know, you're just kind of really disappointed and really sad. I feel like there is some positive change, you know, and I got that from the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles. Because you have the Three of Cups, this is you celebrating. So something positive changes in your love life in the month of November. This is, you know, you're celebrating. This is joy. This is laughter. And then you got the Six of Pentacles here, which is telling me that you're going to get what you deserve in a relationship. So you're either going to get, you know, the proposal you've been hoping. You're going to get the love that you've been hoping would notice you. Remember that the main energy from the first deck was a Chariot, which is a victory card. But again, you have to be determined. You also have the main energy from the second deck, the Ten of Swords, which is saying it's time to move on from the pain. It's time to move on, possibly even from the confusion. This can even be a partner that kind of, you know, maybe has been going back and forth. Maybe even it's you. I mean, the Seven of Cups can mean that, you know, there's too many choices, and it could be that there's more than one person in the picture. Maybe you have been seeing two people, or maybe your partner has been seeing someone else and you're trying to hang in there because they're deciding. I feel like if that's what's going on with you, they're choosing you, because I see celebration here and I see you getting what you deserve. So it could be that there's some kind of wishy-washy energy with the Seven of Cups, going back and forth, but again, you know, a lot of confusion. But again, where you were confused for whatever reason, I see celebration with the Three of Cups. You're celebrating, and I see joy, and I see you getting what you deserve. So let me just take a look at this reading. So, you know, I feel like the main energy from like this entire spread is that relationships that kind of, you know, seem to be headed down a scary path where, you know, you really kind of felt like there's really nothing left that I can do here. I've tried everything, with that Ten of Wands at the top. This is surrounded by positive energy. So relationships that kind of seem hopeless, something dramatic happens to turn everything around, to where a relationship that seemed doomed now is surrounded by blessings. In the middle row here, you're being told that, you know, your wishes for either marriage or just kind of, you know, happiness in a relationship, being with someone specific, is happening. And there's going to be a perfect opportunity for you to have that. But they are, you know, with the Magician, they're telling you you're going to be responsible for this as well. Like there is, you have some part to play, either because you're being more hands-on, you're letting someone know how you feel, or this is just you kind of asserting yourself. Maybe even kind of letting somebody know how you feel. Now, the bottom row, an air sign is being highlighted here with a word of caution, with Temperance. And I felt like there was another message. I'm not sure exactly what I said the first time around, but I feel like there is caution. Yeah, forgiveness. Perhaps there is, you know, an air sign that you have to forgive, where you have to be patient with the person. Temperance is just telling you, don't do anything extreme. Don't do anything that you can't take back, because by doing that with the Seven of Swords, you're only hurting yourself. This is being your own worst enemy. But again, there could be forgiveness with an air sign where someone lied to you. There was deceit, and now you may have to forgive. On this side over here, you know, you had this energy of someone being unhappy, disappointed, perhaps, you know, in a marriage or something that just is not working out. You're being asked to look at this very carefully, because there's something to learn here. And of course, in the last few cards that I pulled, there is happiness, there is you getting what you deserve, possibly in a situation where you were highly confused, or there was more than one person in the picture, or there was some type of decision, like you having to choose between your partner and your career, or your partner and moving. I see you being very happy with whatever decision you make. Okay, Sagittarius, this has been your love reading for November 2017. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.